Well, I actually wrote the song a couple of years ago, and it really sort of tells the story about someone who's honestly just messed up and is sort of expressing that want and that yearn for her lover back, but sort of toys with the idea of just kind of owning her being single and on the market and having fun and her youth, etc. And so it really was, a really interesting song to write because I actually wrote it for another artist. Sometimes I will have an idea for a song and I put it in my phone, in my notes, or maybe there's a title, or maybe I'm talking to a girlfriend and she's experiencing, something in her relationship that really resonates with me. And then sometimes it can just pour out really, really naturally, organically, almost like a second nature. And those moments, are sort of the magic moments in songwriting. I've really enjoyed writing this last record because it was a lot of unconventional ways that the album came together. We recorded it in Santa Barbara and Houston, LA, New York, so kind of all over the place. Yeah. The part about songwriting that I love is that I get to write songs that I wouldn't necessarily sing myself. I actually wrote Why Don't You Love Me for my sister, and it was one of those things too where I had just been in a relationship situation where I just was not getting it, and it just came very naturally, and then I was just kind of like, sonically this doesn't really work for me. So there are those situations where I have a artist in mind, whether they sing it or not. Like, I have a ton of songs that I would just kill for Mariah Carey to sing. And I write them. Yeah. And I write them like, what would Mariah do? And she's actually a brilliant songwriter and, writes her own music. But if she were ever open to it, I would surely, yes. Yes, yeah. But it's really cool. I mean, I've written gospel songs, I've written country songs, so it's a really, really great space to be in where sonically those songs don't really fit at all on my record, but I still love the expression of writing them. I've been in a relationship now for 5 years. But certainly in the beginning, I was the one who approached him. And so I have always sort of historically been one of those girls that goes after something that I'm into. I'm not very old school in the I'm going to wait for you to approach me type of situation. But I definitely have a lot of quintessential relationship qualities that I have had to work on. Yeah.
So this song, is it personal? Was it someone you knew?
It is personal. It's a personal story, and so I think those are the ones that really kind of just roll off of your tongue and kind of you just spit out and you're like, well, where did that come from? So there are parts of writing that can be extremely therapeutic. That's one of the things that I think I really strengthened when I signed my publishing deal, because I was going to these writing sessions every day with different producers, and you don't have any background of these people, and you're sort of put in this room and these four walls, and it's like, write a song. And so I started to develop a callus in terms of all right, this is what it is. Whereas to before, it was very much so every line was a disclaimer, or this might be corny to you, but and through those sessions, I was really able to sort of develop that callus and just be unfiltered and just spit it out and shape it out, which is why it's so important to find a producer you have really great chemistry with. I just said, how awesome would it be if Bun B did a routine with me and Manny did a routine with me, and not actually thinking it could happen. I would feel crazy. I'm not a twerker because for me, that's just been in the fabric of my life. You grow up in Houston, you just shake your ass. I let them twerk. He knows I don't play that. I'm certainly very liberal and open, but at the end of the day, I'm still a black mama. If you don't get your little ass in that room and stop talking crazy to me,
I'll be chasing lovers.